Well, hello and welcome to the first of our special Holy Week reflections. Tonight we begin with a passage from Matthew's Gospel. We're reading from chapter 21 and verse 10. And this is a passage that tells us what happened immediately after Jesus arrived in Jerusalem, after his triumphal entry on Palm Sunday. When Jesus entered Jerusalem, the whole city was stirred and asked, "Who is this?" The crowds answered, "This is Jesus, the prophet from Nazareth in Galilee." Jesus entered the temple area and drove out all who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. "It is written," he said to them, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers." The blind and the lame came to him at the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and the teachers of the law saw the wonderful things he did, and the children shouting in the temple area, "Hosanna to the Son of David," they were indignant. "Do you hear what these children are saying?" they asked him. "Yes," replied Jesus. "Have you never read, 'From the lips of children and infants you have ordained praise'?" And he left them and went out of the city to Bethany, where he spent the night. The tension is palpable. This isn't the first time Jerusalem has been a city on a knife edge, troubled to its very core. It's not the first time that Jesus is the main reason for such feelings either. Like Herod, when he heard the news of the birth of the King of the Jews from the seeking Magi, the religious leaders are once again stirred up and filled with fear and indignation at the sight of Jesus as he enters Jerusalem to the acclaim of the masses. For too long he has been a thorn in their side. They are determined that this prophet, who they fail to recognize from humble Nazareth, will have his life snuffed out before he can take their power and prominence from them. But before they can set the wheels in motion on their plan, Jesus is on the move, headed for the temple. He enters, flipping over tables and tossing money to the floor, without so much as even a sideways glance or a moment's hesitation. The king, who arrived peacefully on a donkey just the day before, is now acting with a holy authority as he drives the sellers out of the temple, with the message echoing loud and clear in their ears. "My house will be a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers." I'm sure the Palm Sunday's crowds were stunned by what they were seeing. But it's what Jesus does next that is even more stunning, a truly astounding and beautiful reflection of his kingdom. He welcomes the blind, the lame, and the children to his side, healing and assuring them of their place with him. The proud, the profaners, and those who have made worship all about themselves are cleared out, swept away to make room for those who come humbly, just as they are, with all their sin and self laid bare. And there, as he did in those days, so he does with us today. Our Saviour looks upon us and he hears our cries, and he doesn't ignore them, instead meeting us with abundant grace. Through his life and sacrifice, Jesus instigates a beautiful exchange, giving to us beauty instead of ashes, joy over mourning, praise over despair, as well as a new life, identity, and inheritance in him, a hope for the ages, the assurance of his presence with us always, and so much more.